Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the IQ Project. We're on episode 8 today. One of the things we're talking about today is... Shit, what are we talking about today?
Coffee, buddy.
Coffee.
Talking about coffee.
Coffee first, because that's the only way we're gonna get this damn podcast going.
All right, so
Where's this coffee from, bro?
let me talk first, eh? Why are you
Once you get to the point, man.
I thought
That's
you
what
were-
I do. That's what I do. Psych. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Introduce the fucking coffee, bro.
So first, guys,
He's like, I swear, I'm not gonna talk over anybody. First thing he does.
Should I unplug the mic?
Damn.
I'm gonna be like this.
hey, Carlos, unplug him. Anyways,
Yeah, it's not even connected.
okay. All right. So we were discussing this, and we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of support local businesses around the area. We all love coffee here, so we wanted to kind of try out different coffees from a different location every time. So today, the location we chose was Badass Coffee right here in Rancho. It's a really good blend. I liked them. I found them by accident. The blend I think we have today is more of a light blend. I mean, how do you feel about it, Tony? You like your dark coffee?
Yeah, I don't like coffee, so this one wasn't good for me.
No.
I like more of the
No,
espresso.
Yeah, I mean, their light blend, it's a little bit, too light because I like it dark too. Their espresso is really good though. I think that's what I like the most. That's why I got a little package for the shop. So we're going to try that on. I mean, what do you think, Ricardo?
Oh, can I talk now?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to talk? Is this mic on?
Yes.
It's pretty good. I like the flavor. It's a little on the light side. Yeah, it's a little. Normally we drink here at the shop with like the Costco Folgers one,
I don't know.
the blend, the hard
Shirley buys it. I don't know.
dark roast.
Kirkland.
Yeah.
Kirkland.
So yeah, so it's heavy, it's dark, so that's why probably we're not like
Yeah.
But it has a decent, it has a good little flavor, you know.
It has a good flavor to it. I mean,
Yeah, the packaging is dope.
you like yours with milk, right? Does it taste
Half
better?
and half. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It gives. I like the little sugary.
I mean, what do you think about it, Carlos? You had some too. How do you feel about it?
Tastes really good.
Really good?
Like
You
that.
can definitely taste the nightness.
Yeah. I feel like if we would have got a darker roast, probably it would have been a little bit better. But
For sure.
yeah, I mean, so next week we're gonna try to get a different
Some mouse. Yeah.
a different brand.
Packaging is dope. I like. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
their own? Like, how many stores do they have, or what? Do you know?
From what I saw, I think they only had like one here and one in Victorville. So I mean,
Badass coffee.
yeah, of Hawaii.
I like the packaging. It's like that black on black with the spot of yellow. It's pretty cool. So
So if you're around the area of Rancho, check them out. I believe they're right there off of Milliken. Is that how you say it?
Milliken way.
Milliken, same shit. Do you know what I mean? Rancho Cucamonga. All right, guys. So I'm right here with Ricky Tat.
Yeah.
Ricky Tat.
Am I allowed to talk more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now you are.
I know.
Okay. And we got a special guest that came back. It's Tony G. Tony G came back.
Tony G, welcome back to the
Hey,
podcast,
thank
bro.
you, guys.
Man,
It's
you've been
glad,
gone for a
glad
while.
to be back.
Shh, what you been up to, bro?
You know, working
Work,
hard, man.
I see. Pushing
Hardly working.
pushing that ink, man.
I have to, man.
Doing those big full day sessions now,
This dude fucking works, what, 6 days a week?
man.
You know what? I do find myself booking the whole 6 days because our day off is Monday. But I do if I see that it's an open day, I schedule somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start taking another day off soon. I don't know, but for right now, yeah, I'm scheduling six tattoos a week.
I don't know. You're
That's
busy.
cool, bro. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been seeing you doing some big pieces, man. That's dope.
How's it going to feel when you take some time off for the baby?
I don't know. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for it already. You know, she's
I'm gonna
coming.
get 2 days off, fool.
She's coming in May, dude. It's right around the corner. So
Yeah, right after your birthday.
yeah,
Oh.
if she comes early, she might land on my birthday.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope. All right. So
All right, so Ricardo, introduce our
today's
topic for today.
podcast. The topic is what clients, collectors, tattoo enthusiasts, new tattoo getters, I guess you could call it. What should they know before they come to a tattoo session? So I think that's a good topic to discuss today and bring some value to everybody. So because the assumption is everybody knows, but they really, there's little things we could tell them,
People
right?
only know what people tell them. So, like, if your mom got a tattoo before you, they're going to tell you, oh, do this and do this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of what we do is not what people have been doing in the past.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had clients who have no idea, what a tattoo process is like or what a day will be like when getting a tattoo. So I think it's important to let people know.
Yeah, and I've gotten a lot of first timers and first timer tattoo art clients. They really have no idea. They're nervous. They walk in here, they're a little unsure. They don't even know where to stand. So we have to make them comfortable. So we want to talk about what we got 9 to 10 points here on our iPad here that will help you to understand and what it's about, what a day entails, and
yeah.
right.
I think the first biggest one is bring your artist some coffee.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Some badass coffee.
Yeah.
Ding. Carlos, you want to put the logo right there? Maybe we'll get sponsored. By the way, we're not sponsored by them. We just want to try out new coffee. So this is the first one we tried anyway. So yeah, we love coffee.
Yeah, but the first one I think is an important one because, I mean, you guys probably been hit with advertisement on your Instagram and all that about numbing cream. Oh, put this on before.
Yesterday I got hit with one.
Yeah, put this on before you
It
go
was like this
tattoo.
yellow cream.
Yeah, dude, and our clients ask me about it. Like, should I do it? So like, no. Like, we've had experiences where a client does it and overdid it or something, and it messes up their skin, right? I mean, did you have that problem with someone?
I had somebody come in, not that long ago, and they had a numbing cream on their skin. But by the time we got to his session, because it was 2 people, by the time we got to that session, I think the numbing cream had maybe wore off. Anyway, I made sure I cleaned the area really good because they can have a certain reaction to it. We don't know what kind of numbing cream they put on. We don't know how long they left it on for, if they used it the right way or not, and it could be bad.
Yeah.
It could cut their session short.
Oh, I don't see the point of it because when you come in, we kind of prep your arm or your leg or wherever you're going to get tattooed. We
Clean it with alcohol.
We clean it with alcohol. We take everything off. We take the oils off.
Right.
So you're kind of just putting it on there for no reason. I mean, we use numbing cream while we're tattooing long sessions.
Yeah,
we
tax
use
science.
Tax science.
Tax science, but we don't use it not in the beginning, almost towards the end of a long day. If it's going to be at 1 or 2 hours, we're not going to use any
your body, cream. Yeah, your body kind of numbs itself at that point. I think when you really need it is after like that 7th hour.
For the whites.
Yeah, that's when it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Those last hours is like, dang.
So I think that's where it comes in handy, just because it helps you get through the big session.
Yeah, and not only that, we don't know. There's so many brands out there, and they're not, all of them are not regulated, I would think. So the reason why we use tax science is because it was started by a tattoo artist, and it's throughout the whole industry. I think everybody uses it for the most part. So that's what we decided to go with that, and we know that does work, and and we treat it, we use it properly, right? We don't overdo it on it and everything.
Yeah.
And we use it just at that certain time when we know the client just needs to pull for another 30 minutes or something. Just take a break, put it on, cover with some plastic, let that cook in a little bit.
And then again, another thing you gotta remember, it doesn't work for everyone. I mean, I've had clients where tax science doesn't work, but we have another one, which is that Hustle Helper.
Hustle Butter?
By Hustle Butter. That one tends to work for people that don't like the other one. So each one's a little different for everyone. I mean, that's why we kind of carry a few of them, so we could try to see which one works better. But then some people could be allergic to one too. It could make it worse. That's what we don't know.
I tried tax science on myself, and it didn't work that well. It worked for like the first minute or two, and then after that, it starts wearing off, and all the pain comes back. So for me personally, it didn't work.
So yes,
on that one.
No, tattoo on my ankle.
Did I use it on yours? No, huh?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So in short, just don't put any numbing cream. We'll do our best to cause as least pain as possible, but it's gonna hurt at some point, and some people are gonna take it good, some people are not. And just to be on the safe side, just no numbing cream. Okay. So that's that for that one. Next one.
I think Tony could talk about the next one.
What's the next one?
Come on, Nate.
Oh,
no alcohol.
So another point, if you're looking to get tattooed, if you have a big session coming up the next day, don't drink any alcohol. Don't drink any alcohol the day before because it stays in your blood and it thins out your blood. It'll make the process a little harder for you and the artist because it'll be harder for the artist to get the ink in there. The skin is harder to work with, so you might just prolong your own tattoo session the next day, you know? So it's going to hurt you instead of help you. Also, no alcohol that day of, because for the same reasons, it's going to hurt you instead of help you. So that's a very important one. No alcohol.
Yeah, so no alcohol. Obviously, that just drink a lot of water before the day before, you know, drink a lot of water and eat good. And that'll help because, like I said, it'll thin your blood out, and therefore we have to wipe more. And it's going to push the skin that we just injected into your skin.
It just pushes the ink out too, though.
Yeah.
It pushes
That's what I'm
out
saying,
the ink.
yeah. The ink that we put in is going to be pushed out because the blood naturally runs up to that area to try to protect it. So the thinner it is, the more wiping we're going to do, and it's going to take a slower process. And you're going to have a tough time because you're going to have the hangover if you drink.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get
burn
the
some
artist
sugar.
annoyed because you're moving the whole time, and then he's gonna take it out on your arm, and then things happen.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's just gonna be
wanna
bad.
talk- you
It's
wanna
just
talk
gonna
to
be
us?
bad. So
You want to
don't
tell us
do
a
it.
story real quick?
So stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. That's
I think
one
water's
good
the
thing to
biggest
do.
thing because I
Yeah.
mean we've had a few clients where they kind of pass out because they haven't had water. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
sugar level drops.
The
you
sugar
know?
level drops. Yeah,
Have you had somebody pass out like completely?
I did. Ricardo did one time too.
Yeah.
But he was pulling out his
At my
sanitary.
house, huh?
Oh yeah,
Remember that
I was
kid?
tattooing that kid. Yeah,
Oh, you were tattooing in my house, huh? Yeah, so
yeah,
he didn't eat
at all. He
at
had like
all.
a Snickers.
It wasn't even about the alcohol. He was he didn't eat.
Yeah.
He was just so nervous. He thought he was gonna throw up if he had a
funny
big
thing
meal.
though,
something.
it was his second session. I had already tattooed him, but he wanted to come back to fix a little line that because
Oh, yeah.
I was doing it. I did
Yeah,
it
that's
realistic. I don't know what I did to him, but I just like realistic. There's no line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey man, you're missing 3 lines right here to create this. Like, no, the shadow's right there. Like, no,
Right.
but I want the lines.
Right.
You're gonna pay for
And
it.
so
right?
He passed out on those 3
So
lines.
he
You
felt
made him
hot.
pass out?
No, he felt hot, and I was passing by to check up, just passing by when Josh was tattooing, and I looked at him. He looked kind of like anxious, and I said, "You okay?" He goes, "I feel hot." And then I said, "All right, cool. Let me go get you a cold soda." And when I was walking out to the kitchen to get him a cold soda, he stood up, blah,
Yeah.
he falls, he dropped.
right in front of his dad. His
Yeah.
dad was panicking.
Yeah, he was
like,
panicking.
wow. Yeah,
We were like, luckily I seen people
Where was the
pass out.
tattoo at?
it was
What
on
area?
his arm.
His arm. Yeah, I think he just got psyched out, and he literally just like lights out, dropped.
Yeah.
And if you've never passed out while getting a tattoo, basically you drop, you just you just pass out literally, and you'll come back to it like with less than a minute. It'll take
Yeah,
like
for the
10,
most
15
part.
seconds. But we just need to give you some air, and
Usually, some signs where you're able to tell if you're getting to that level is like what dry mouth. You start feeling really hot.
Mm-hmm.
You start getting dizzy.
cotton mouth, they say, cotton mouth, dry mouth,
and then
and you'll get hot. Yeah, like I said.
and you get really pale. You get pale.
I
At
had
that
somebody
point.
pass out on me one time too. I was
Yeah, where-
tattooing him at home, and I was tattooing his back, and he hadn't got tattooed in a
That's
while,
what you're
dude.
talking about.
He hadn't got tattooed in a while, dude. So after a couple lines, like after a few seconds, I always ask the client, "How is it so far?" And just to get some feedback. And I asked him, dude, and he was facing away from me because I was tattooing his back, and I saw his body just like go limp and drop,
You're like,
and
"Fuck, I
his
killed this guy."
his wife was in front of him, and his wife noticed that he had passed out, and she started freaking out, and I freaked out because it had never happened to me before, and I didn't even know that could happen. I didn't know that could happen,
So I was like, "Fuck, where am I gonna bury this guy?"
dude, I thought he died, dude. I thought I killed
That's
the guy.
the first reaction. I thought
he
you killed him,
died.
and you're like, "Fuck,"
Oh, man.
like
I
that's
got
gonna look
scared,
bad
dude.
on my portfolio.
Yeah, so she started, she's like, she's all calling his name and trying to get him to wake up. So when he
She slapped him a
finally
little bit?
did, it turns out he had like high blood pressure, so he had taken some pills, and he took pills without me knowing that, pain pills.
Yeah.
So back to the whole not wanting to feel the pain, he had took a few pain pills, and I guess he overdid it. So his blood pressure pills, his pain pills, and stuff like that, it was a bad combination, and he passed out.
Yeah, and that's another good tip.
Right
Like, don't take anything as far as painkillers.
Right.
it thins your blood too.
It thins it. Yeah, it thins it. So just try to come as
normal
as possible, and just, eat a good meal in the morning, a good hearty meal.
Yeah.
Some good breakfast,
Don't even
and bring your artist some good breakfast too.
Luckily, he was alive, and he came back, and we finished the session. So
Cool. So yeah, that's it. Just like we said, those are just suggestions from us.
Also,
if you're gonna come get tattooed from us.
Another thing that could go with that one, no alcohol, is being high in here too. Like, don't come high, because from what I've seen and from what I heard is that people, if you feel it more, you're concentrated more on that pain, so people tend to last less.
Yeah, and I don't want to smell that shit when I'm tattooing you.
right. Yes, we're not all fans.
Yeah, we're not all fans of the yeska. No, just be conscious that we're gonna be in a personal space, so that also too. So I suggest ask politely to the client, to the artist, and we could talk about it. But we should mention it to them prior when we do the deposits and whatnot. So
No, we do.
yeah, little quick thing. But what else? What's the number 3?
I feel like proper clothing is pretty important too. Just because when you come to get tattooed, and first of all, a lot of people don't know where they're gonna get it. They have an idea, but they might switch it up.
Yeah, but with appointments, if you're gonna commit to like full day session, you pretty already much know the general area.
Yeah.
So like for instance, if a lot of my clients are in the full sleeves, so that we start in the shoulder area. And if you're gonna be starting in the shoulder area, from your elbow up, bring a tank top. Bring a tank top, and even though we keep the AC real cold, bring a sweater, a blanket. You can bring your Spider-Man blanket. I don't care. We don't judge.
I brought my M&M one.
It was an M&M's, fool. Be honest.
It was.
Yeah. So just know the area. Like if there's a shoulder, bring a tank top. That way it's clear, and know that some of the ink might get on your shirt. So that's why we don't recommend like a t-shirt.
Don't wear your Gucci shirt.
Yeah.
Brand new with the tag still hanging on
Yeah.
it. You don't have to impress us.
For ladies, let's say you want to get a tattoo on your back, by your spine. We typically get a lot of that tattoo requests.
Wear a tank top.
Bring like a shirt, like a top that you can unstrap from the back, and maybe wear a square in the front. Of course, we'll do our best to provide a comfortable area with covers or barriers, if you'd request. But most of the time, it's not that of an intimate area.
Wear something you're willing to get dirty, because accidents do happen.
But that exposes the area. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that too. But I think the biggest thing is that.
For instance, I just tattooed you, and it's on the upper thigh, and
I told him just cut my pants off. I told him just
you didn't bring the most, loosest shorts or whatever. I had to push them up. So,
those tight,
making it harder for me.
Brought your beach shorts.
So be aware of the area you're gonna get tattooed and have it as much exposed as possible.
Sorry, I'll wear my tanga next time. That way you can make it easier for you.
I'm gonna drink my badass coffee and be quiet about that one.
What else, you guys? What
else are we talking about?
No, but touching on that clothes subject, if you're gonna be sitting down for a long period of time, you do want to wear some comfortable shorts, some comfortable sweats, something wherever you're comfortable.
Especially when you're laying down for fucking 8 hours.
That too, some comfortable shoes for sure. If you want to wear some slip-ons that you could, slip on and off, it's up to you. That definitely helps. So
what I do is I bring in I come in my sandals, socks. You're tattooing my legs, so I came in shorts. And a sweater. I came with the hoodie because I know it gets cold. Yeah. And your body gets cold just because you're going through getting the tattoo.
And he gets so comfortable that he falls asleep.
Yeah. That's what you want to do. When you got tattooed by Ricky, you came in a tank top and
some sweats.
Yeah, in your sweat.
Yep.
You're going to the yard.
Comfortable. Yeah, that's my getting tattooed outfit. And I was comfortable.
I see you're sponsored by Chakra.
I was comfortable.
So just be aware of the area you're going to get tattooed at, and have it be ready to expose that area as much as possible so that the artist doesn't have to be pushing your clothes away just to try to work, So just little tips like that. What's next? What was that?
Oh, no.
Cucuy. All right. So number 4, deposits. What do we want to talk about deposits, Josh?
I think this was mostly for Tony.
What? Deposits?
Yeah.
Why are you throwing it at him?
I'll take deposits. Deposits here for me. Yeah. Why not?
I'll take deposits.
What can we say about deposits? So to lock in your appointment, yes, you need a deposit.
But why? Tell them why.
That's kind of a commitment on both sides, as for the artist and for the client. So if I'm the artist and you're locking in your deposit, that's telling me that you're serious and you're committed and you're going to come in and get tattooed by me on whatever day we set. As a client, the artist is committing to reserving that day for you. Without a deposit, we can't reserve that day for you, because if somebody else comes and asks for the same day, if I say no, somebody else is coming that day and then you don't show up because we didn't have a deposit set, so then I lose out on customers that day. Mm-hmm. So that's very important. You don't get to eat? I don't get to take money home that day. So a deposit is just commitment. It's saying, yes, I'm going to be here at this day, and yes, you're going to tattoo me that day. So,
yeah, so and deposits sometimes they vary on each artist depending on the amount that they charge per day or per tattoo. So just ask politely, what's your deposit? You know, if you've seen their work, you know, just ask for the deposit and
don't worry, that deposit goes towards the price of the tattoo.
Yeah, it goes towards the tattoo.
Yes.
So you're basically just paying a little bit up front.
Do some artists charge the deposit, then they charge the regular? Like just to hold the spot? You know what I mean? In addition?
Not that I've heard.
Well, anyways, let's talk about us. Like us, we don't. That goes towards the tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah, so another thing that goes with kind of deposits and all that, and actually being serious about the tattoo is, I mean, if you're going to go to an artist and you see their work and you see their quality, don't go up there and start negotiating the price with them. You know what I mean? Most artists, they already know what their value is. They already know why they're charging that much. You know what I mean? They're not going to do a $1,000 piece for $200 just because you asked them. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Ricky, how do you feel?
Whoa. You guys got a half hour on this thing?
Yeah.
I mean, because basically we all got in it, right?
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
Definitely.
Here's what I think. If you're coming in and you just have like a shotgun feel of getting a tattoo, yeah, you're going to go and you're going to price negotiate with different artists. And eventually you're going to go, if you care about price, then you're gonna try to, you know, negotiate it with each artist. But on the other hand, if you did your research and you followed a certain artist for a long time and you just know that you've seen enough work from them that it's gonna be good for you. Mm-hmm. You trust them, you like their work, then there shouldn't be no issue. You shouldn't even negotiate it. You know, just ask them what the rate is or the price for the tattoo. Yeah. And that's that, and respect it. Here's what happens. If we tell you a price and you say, can you do it for this price, man, because this is my budget, you know, the reason why the artist told you a price is because that's what they feel their work is valued at. So now you're going back and you're saying, I undervalue your tattoo work with this price. So therefore the artist is going to be like,
yeah, but there's also certain ways like where you say there's certain things where, okay, sometimes it might work where like we could work out a way where we could just pay in sessions. You know what I mean? If that's the case, but for the most part, when you're ready to pull the trigger to get the tattoo, you already know how much it's going to be worth. And you shouldn't be over there trying to go, okay, I'll do it for this much instead. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know.
Can you do it for this much instead? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
I know for me personally, when, like you said, we price a tattoo based on how much we feel it's worth, right? Yeah. Our work, our value. So when a client automatically, you know, tries to bring that price down, it, as an artist, me personally, I automatically feel discouraged to do that tattoo or to give you that quality, because it kind of feels like you're undervaluing. You know, you're saying, oh, you're not worth that much. I'll give you this much. Yeah. And if you want to set the price, then, you know, it just seems like for me, like I said, I don't feel like putting in that extra effort that I usually try to do for my clients, you know?
Yeah.
You pull back a little bit. You don't want to do all that extra work for them.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that made sense. But
no, it makes perfect sense because it does feels like a punch in the gut. You know what I mean? You work this hard to get to this level, and then someone tells you like you're not worth that. You're not worth what you other people are willing to pay you. You know what I mean? And that's a reason where we get to the point where we're just by appointments now, because we have those clients that are making that commitment with us. I mean, Ricky's fucking booked till I don't know whenever he says he's booked.
like 2025?
2025. But you've experienced this too. Like you've gotten work by great artists, right?
Right.
The recent one on your arm.
Or at least that's like you guys said, I follow an artist, I like their work, and I follow them for a while, right? So when I pull the trigger and say I want to get tattooed by this artist, they give me a quote, and I'm not sitting here thinking like, no, I'm going to pay you less, or I only have this much for you, you know?
But why?
You're willing to pay that
Why
much.
wouldn't you reply back and say, I have this much? Can you take
Because
this?
I grew to value that artist's work. I like the
took
work.
the time, right?
Yeah, and it was months and months and months of watching his work, and just you develop like a love for their style, their work, and it's worth it to you, you know. So,
But
it's kind of priceless.
this is good that we're talking about this so that clients, especially new ones, can understand our thinking, right? What do you think would happen if you replied back to him and said, "Hey, I don't have that much right now. Can you do it for this much?" What do you think he would do?
So get a piggy bank. Get a piggy
Start
bank.
saving more.
Start putting some money in there. Yeah, and when you have that much, come back.
How do you think he felt?
If I would do that, they wouldn't like it, dude.
They wouldn't like it, right?
they wouldn't like
so
it.
the energy is already lost there.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
enthusiasm.
Yep.
So it's
The excitement's gone.
It's about the energy. It's about the experience, guys. And so we're not saying we're like, what's the word I'm trying to say? We're not saying we're the best at what we do. This is what we value our work through our experiences, through how much we charge prior to other people. And, we give our own raises. We value our own pricing at certain times of
It's our time.
That's our time. Yeah, we want to raise our prices. We raise our prices. We're going to lose people that don't want to pay that amount, and then we're going to gain some that think that we are, right? But it's all about the energy and the experience. So the way artists feel if you devalue it by saying like, I'm not worth this, or I guess I'm going to lose for words right now, but basically, this is all I have. Can you do it for this? We feel like the energy's lost, and our enthusiasm for that tattoo, which we want to do, doesn't happen.
And I feel like it's unfair because if you're doing something like that for a client and he's willing to pay that money for a half sleeve design, say, right, for a full day session, and then this other person comes in and like, I'll give you this much only. So you kind of cheated the other person out, you know what I mean? So it kind of keeps it fair with everyone else as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it does go it's how much we value our time. We're going to be spending those 8 to 10 hours tattooing there, putting our efforts into it. It's our masterpiece as well as yours. You know what I mean? It's like how you say it. It's jewelry. How many people go out and spend $5,000, $10,000 on a Rolex? They don't go negotiate. I'll give you $2,000 instead.
Right.
You know what
Unless
I mean?
it's on the black market.
And it's fake.
Yeah.
And I know that an artist wants to put in that extra effort.
Yeah.
I know.
Basically,
most artists
as a client, guys, keep the artist excited about that project. Especially if it's something that they're doing that you like. Mm-hmm. If it's statue work and they're killing it on statue work, or if it's butterflies and they're killing it on butterflies.
Yeah, Tony's killing it right now on butterflies.
They want to continue doing what they want to do. So, what's that? So don't. Our suggestion is don't give them back that.
I mean, on our notes, you wrote something perfect. If you like their work, then the price should not be an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you like the work, that means you followed that person for more than a week.
Wow.
And lately it's been happening for me like that. People hit me up after they've been following me for a couple months. and they're ready.
Carlos followed you for 12 years. And then he got
Yeah,
a
my
tattoo.
client 10 years.
Really?
10 years.
10 years?
10
Carlos,
years.
the one with the Joker?
Mm-hmm.
He followed him for 10 years and finally got tattooed by him, like, what, 2 years ago or a year ago?
Yeah.
There it is.
So, you build some kind of a approval, I guess, through constant watching us tattoo. So take the time to do that. And then when you're ready, save that money. And you can ask them when you first hear about them, how much is your rate? My rate is this much. Okay, cool. I'm not ready yet, but I'll get back to you. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. We don't pressure people to get tattoos.
Everybody
it's whenever they're ready.
Whenever they're ready.
I think that's a good response.
Yeah.
I'm not ready yet, but I'll get back to you.
It's about respect, guys, Nobody sets our prices. We set our own prices. If we price ourselves too high, we're not going to be working. If we price ourselves too low, we're going to be overworked. We're going to be, we're not going to meet everybody's needs because we can only tattoo a certain amount of times per month, So keep that in mind. Just a little, I know this is a touchy subject for a lot of tattoo artists, but we feel like this is something you guys need to know if you're a first timer. If you're a returning client, you're a collector,
you already know.
You already know. You know the etiquette, I guess it's called etiquette, right? But etiquette just means communication, communicate with the artist, and as long as the respect's there, I've had a couple clients that I really love what they're doing on their sleeve that for the first sessions, they're dropping the deposit and they're paying the full days, and then I really like the sleeve, and then they go through hard times and they say, hey, bro, I need that one session, but I'm having hard times right now. Can I drop money onto your Venmo every once in a while? And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I put a lot of work into that sleeve. The dude's a cool cat. Yeah, go ahead.
You already built a relationship with that guy.
Exactly.
Over
through a time. It wasn't like first timer.
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah, man, just drop a deposit, drop a certain amount. And then when it adds up to that full day, then you come in, get that.
Layaway?
Like a layaway.
Yeah, layaway over here.
I don't do it for everybody, but it just depends on the relationship we have, So I think.
Yeah, I feel like once you do build that bond, you can do something like that. Because I had someone that just walked in out of the street and wanted to do that. I was like, no, man. Like, first of all, I don't like being responsible for like that kind of money. Then something happens and you're like, I want my money back and all this and that. I told him, hey, like you said, get a piggy bank, put that money in there, and when you're ready, just come in. You know what I mean? We'll be here.
Or it could also happen that you want your certain tattoo that you want to get is the exact thing that the artist wants to do for the portfolio. Mm-hmm. Don't knock the price down.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll even tell you, oh, man, I've been wanting to do that sunflower with a butterfly or something.
Man, you want to do butterflies, don't you? Huh? That's all you talk about.
It's an inside joke thing here. But, they'll drop the price because they've been wanting to do that certain thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
if I want to do a portrait and somebody comes at the right time, I get a cancellation or whatever, they're probably going to get a deal because it's that right moment, but not all the time. So
yeah, I mean, like, well, one of our artists, Johnny, he's doing a special on portraits because he's been wanting to do portraits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's things like that to help. But yeah.
So yeah, that's that for that one. What's the next one? All right, when you come in, okay, you guys got all your prep work, and you come in, bring an ID.
Yes.
That's
an ID that shows your birthday and a picture of you.
And a picture of you that you are who you are, because we can't tattoo anybody under 18, not even with a parent's signature.
In California, you have to be 18. You could go to another state and do it, but not in California.
Yeah, and as for our records too, the health department wants to know who,
that we're able to get in contact with you.
We're able to get in for any issues, we want to get in contact with them. So bring an ID, even if it's a passport. As long as it shows you on there, that's that for that. What else? Oh, here's a good one. No entourage for the tattoo session, guys. Don't bring your crew. Let's talk about it. Why don't we want? I mean, I get it. It's for me, it's because say Tony, you come in for your tattoo, right? You have it in your head how you want it and everything, and me and you are communicating back and forth like, yeah, that looked badass like that. Oh, we could do this, right?
Yes.
So
I know
we
where
come
you're going
here,
with this. I know
we come
exactly where
here,
you're going
we
with
put it
this.
on. And then they
the
bring all
homie-
their friends, and then the homie's
says
like, I don't think that looks good. Oh, I think you should do this instead. Oh, you.
But
could
he's
do
not
this.
wearing it.
Yeah, he's not wearing it. you're wearing now. You start what is it? Conflicting in your mind.
Yeah, you're having
and
doubts.
you're like,
doubting
maybe
it.
should I do this? Maybe should I not do this? And
Yeah.
it's just you start changing the whole tattoo design based on what your friend said.
Yeah,
Right.
and if your friend wasn't there, you would have been okay with it, you know, in your mind. But you're getting those doubts, you know. So don't bring an entourage. It adds a distraction. And in our shop is a small shop, so
Yeah.
or studio, you know, so we can't really have a whole entourage of people. But
Just think
That's a
about it
small
as your
part.
little getaway. You know what I mean?
yeah, most clients that
Yeah.
are returning are collectors.
They usually come by themselves.
Yeah.
Funny story about that though is that my old boss, he was about to do a whole Dragon Ball sleeve and everything, right? He had it laid out and everything to do the first session. The guy was cool with it and everything. And then he brought his wife or his girlfriend, not even his wife, his girlfriend at the time, to the first session. She saw it and she's like, I don't like it. Never did the tattoo. Just because the girlfriend didn't like it.
Yeah, it happens. That just happened to me not that long ago, maybe, you know, a month or two ago, where the guy came in, I showed him the design and we were talking about it and he liked it, but his wife came up and she started changing everything.
Yeah.
She changed everything. I was there for like an hour making the tiniest little changes that she didn't like, even though it was going to go on him. And she said, if I don't like it, he's not getting it.
Which I don't understand.
So-
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the guy like, are you going to say something?
Yeah.
Like, do you like this?
Was he liking it or no?
He didn't say a word.
No?
But yeah, he did like
Was she
it.
paying for it?
Nope, he did.
Like if she was paying for it, I was like, all right,
That's what I don't
you
know.
got nothing there.
It was cool. It was
I mean,
cool though. Towards the end, I mean, I worked with them, you know, I stayed patient. I worked with them and it's something permanent. So if that's what they want to do, then.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them bringing one person, you know, as support, especially if it's a big piece. Like their
Especially
loved
right
one.
now during COVID. That's the obvious reason of why you can't bring a whole crew and squad with you.
Yeah, no, our policy here is one person at least. You can have more extra, but not four just to get a little heart on your back of your ear or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, keep that in mind that we need our space and we want to work efficiently and give you the best quality and no distractions. You know what I'm saying? So
What are you laughing at?
Charlie.
Bring 4 people just to get a.
Heart on the back of your ear. You know why? Because it's happened.
it happens, yeah, especially, yeah. No, I mean, I look at it from a client's perspective. Why did I bring them? Because they want to share the experience with them and they want to, you know, share it, basically
Yeah.
share the experience. So I get it sometimes, but we just recommend this, you know. It's going to happen again. We're not going to be like, get out.
We're just going to be like, stand in that corner over
Stand in
there.
the corner over there, bro. I mean, if it's an empty studio, why not? You know, you can let them, but for the most part, everybody's working. There's limited spaces, you know? Yeah, that's it.
Entourage. Oh, that's a fancy word you chose.
Did I spell it right?
I don't know.
Entourage. Yeah.
No, but
right.
it's a distraction too.
Yeah.
It's a distraction because we're trying to work and then that person tries to move because he's talking to their friend and then moving around, turning around, you know?
Take a picture, dog. Take a picture.
Oh. Puts the camera right in front of your eyesight while you're tattooing. Try to get that good angle. Yes, it's happened before.
Did they push you out the way?
Yeah,
Just to
dude,
get a good picture.
I was like, do you want the machine too? Or what?
Yeah, so that's it on that one.
Yeah. Get a
What
big
else?
breakfast.
Eat a big breakfast. We talked about that. Yeah, getting your sugar level up. You know, for all the obvious reasons we talked about in the earlier part of the podcast. You know, the last one's a good one. You brought
That's the
this
best
up.
one.
Yeah, this is a good one. Mental preparation, guys. The other stuff was just physical stuff. You know, keep, you know, proper clothing and all that stuff. Bring your ID. No alcohol. No numbing cream. This one depends on everybody. And this pertains to like full day sessions,
Yeah.
you know, especially if you're going to sit here 8 hours. Know that it's not just 8 hours. It's an hour of design work, maybe
After the
8
fact.
to 9 hours of tattooing. So it's pretty much a full day here, you know?
I mean, for what I did for when you tattooed me, I usually like already start the day like, okay, I'm getting tattooed today. So I start from my morning like, all right, I'm mentally preparing myself for it. Shower, please shower. Mentally prepare myself. I go get breakfast, and then I just put in my head like, okay, I'm gonna be there all day.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna get through it. You know what I mean? I think the most part about it is just you get irritated. Like, not even the tattoo itself, but you're just irritated of just sitting there.
Anxious.
You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. That's how I tell you, like, every 3 hours, all right, let me take a little stretch break. Because I just got to move around because I can't stay still for that long. But that's me. A lot of people are like that too. You need to move because of your back as well, right? So you kind of put it in your head that whole time, like, okay, it's going to be a long day, but we're going to take breaks. We're going to take breaks here and there. You know what I mean? How do you get prepared for yours?
To get tattooed?
Yeah, to get tattooed.
Honestly, I just do it. That's just me, though.
Yeah, you just.
I never really thought about it or overthought it like that, you know?
Well, you know what made me think about it?
Sessions.
Because I never really thought about it either, but what made me think about it was that, so, I mean, I was thinking, like, I don't really think about it either. What got me to start thinking about, like, the whole mental preparation for it is that day I was going to get tattooed by Ricky. I just decided, I'm going to do a blog about it so other people can see about it, right?
Right.
So that's what really got me deep into thinking about, damn, what do I do when I go get tattooed?
So it kind of made you
more
aware,
self-aware.
Right?
Yeah, I made myself more aware about it. So that helped me out to really see it. I mean, I came in my blanket and everything too.
You had a book?
Yeah, I had a book. No, I didn't have a book this time. I had a book last time.
The last time you had a book?
Yeah, but I realized I couldn't read it while I was in pain. So.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I was like, fuck this guy. I'm about to kick this guy.
Yeah, and realize that pain levels are going to be up and down through the process of a full day session, right?
Yeah.
What else?
It helps for a client to be mentally prepared because it is going to hurt, and just be ready to deal with it, especially if it's going to be a long session. I have clients who maybe towards the end, they flinch and like wince and move and jerk towards the end of the session. And honestly, like, it makes me, I don't want to keep tattooing them when they're doing that at that point, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep doing that knowing that they're in a lot of pain. So
You know what I mean?
maybe
Yeah.
hide it. Hide it. Just hide it enough to where we could get done with the session.
You don't want to torture someone either. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, sure I don't.
Like, one numbing cream.
What was that, Carlo?
You don't think taking like shorter like sessions in between?
Shorter
In
breaks?
the beginning, take longer sessions, and then at the end, take more breaks.
Like,
Well,
okay.
yeah, that's what
Yeah, that
do.
happens organically like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because like
I think we both get tired. The artist gets tired too towards the end.
yeah.
I know towards the end of the session, I have to stand up a little more and stretch a little more.
For us, it's more like it's physical tiredness, and then it's also mentally tiredness as well. So that's
Yeah, and we feel the energy. Like we'll feel like towards the 7th hour that the client's already had it. You know, they're waiting for you at one point to be like, okay, I think we're good for this session. Then they're like, okay, cool. You know,
jump on it. All
okay,
right.
yeah, that's fine. That's what I was thinking too. So there, at that point, that's why I only book for 8 hours. Because I feel that's where the quality stays true to me, and I feel like my clients at 8 hours they're about had it. You know what I mean? There's one or two that can go 10, 12 hours.
That guy Tony had, the one you did the whole side piece.
The eagle?
Oh,
Yeah, he laid there for...
oh, you?
So we went 12 hours.
Oh, we did, huh?
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he did like 11 and a half hours on his side.
Played System of a Down right at the end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was his pumped up music, and I put it towards the end to get him through the last hour.
whatever helped. What were you saying about that guy with the eagle?
Oh, he laid there on his side, dude. And it wasn't even like flat on his side. It was like at an angle. Like he was just tipping. And he laid there for like 11 and a half hours.
Like
Was that his
nothing.
first tattoo?
No, but he hadn't gotten tattooed in like 7-8 years. So
Yeah.
it had been a while. And he just lay there and took it, And honestly, like the tattoo session is an 8-hour session, but just seeing how he was just holding on like a rock, and it made me want to just
Honestly,
keep going, And
I thought Tony was gonna tap out before he did.
no, it was a only reason I stopped is because it was about to be midnight and we're closed Monday, so I had to stop. So, otherwise, I'd probably still be tattooing them right now. This 1 week later.
Forget about Dolce.
Yeah, so that pretty much we sums it up for all the topics. Now, one thing I do want to, I do want to mention, if you guys see our YouTube and you guys, start liking what the content we're saying, of course, subscribe and follow us and give us some comments. But also, if you want to get a tattoo but you don't know which artist to go to, how can they approach that?
So the way we're routing people right now is basically go to our Instagram and then go to our bio. On our bio, we have a list of all the artists that work here. Just go through each one, look at their work, see who you want to work with, if that's the style you want to go with, because we all have different styles. Just message them directly.
Yeah, so if you guys message us on the Iconic page, we're not going to direct you to a certain artist. We'll recommend somebody based on their availability or the style. But we always say, go through each artist's work, see if that style is for you. If there's two of them that you like, then DM them, and that's why we have the links on the bio of the Instagram page. That'll take you directly to their page and send them a request, and that's how you can get a quote, availability. So that's the best way we figured out how to do this, because everybody's different, so we don't know what style you're gonna want, And instead of just having a long conversation with you through the Iconic message or through email, and then eventually, you're gonna have that same conversation with the artist. That's why we just say just go directly to that artist, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep pushing these videos a lot more too.
Yeah, and at this time, guys, everything's just opening up. It's towards we're in the middle of March. Everything's opening up, so we're just gonna get busier. So, what we suggest is drop those deposits, guys. Message us, and we're gonna start getting crazy busy because.
Be patient too. Like we're tattooing too for like 8 hours, so we try to get to our messages as soon as we can. That's why most of our appointments are booked in advance. I mean, you're getting booked really fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Tony's already starting here too. So it's gonna be a good one this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good year, and we're gonna bring more content. We're gonna try to think of more content to bring for you guys for newcomers. We're going to talk about other content for tattoo artists, right?
Yeah.
And we're trying to get some shop owners in here to give their perspective, how they run their shops, how we compare to us for different artists if they, interested in eventually going into a shop, so they can get an idea. So, again, thank you guys. You want to close it up for us? With your badass coffee.
No, I want to hear Tony close it up.
Close it up.
Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, whatcha? All right.
I was gonna do an Elvis Presley.